There are other reasons to doubt him too, no matter what weapon he used. Pushing it all the way through a human body would require a lot of strength. But he's... Indeed, he is wheelchair-bound and cannot stand under his own strength. Would he be able to kill someone like this while sitting in a wheelchair?
His hospital records make it clear that he can't stand up at all.
Yes. The shape of the weapon and the details of the death make it unlikely that he's the murderer. Still, he insists that he's the one who killed her.
I don't get it. Usually people lie to avoid being blamed for a crime.
Huh. You have a lot of experience with lying, Mr. Investigator?
Hey, we agreed not to bring up the past, didn't we?
But why would he want to make himself the criminal?
All I can think of is that he's defending somebody else.
Either that, or covering up an even bigger lie. That doesn't change what I need to do at all. Contact HQ about the inconsistencies we've discovered and interrogate the husband again. I'm going to the crime scene. Tell them that, too.
Understood. I'll get authorization immediately. It's a shard of glass. What could that be from? Supposedly, only Joseph and the responding police officer were at the murder scene. If that's the case, then... Yes, there were no other shards of glass in the area. The police wouldn't be so foolish as to contaminate the crime scene. I'm beginning to wonder if someone there had cleaned up the other shards of glass. I could send this shard to analysis. We might learn something about it. There's an inscription on this clock. To my loving father and mother from Abby. A gift from a family member? Oh, why does this decoration look familiar? That's right. It's the same as that star-shaped bruise on the victim's head. The murderer could have struck the victim with this clock. I need to take this back and carefully investigate it. There are traces of something having been burned in this fireplace. It's something other than firewood. I wonder if there's anything left. Huh, I've got something. What is... There's something else here, too. Is this... fur? What is this doing here? Huh. The decoration on the clock matches the victim's head wound. But this couldn't possibly have been the fatal blow. I need to know exactly how this wound would have affected her. Hey, little guy. Your turn.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you need something analyzed? Just one moment. There's some kind of compound on the concave surface here.
Any details?
It's wine. Yep, no mistake.
So, there's wine on the inside of this piece of curved glass. That means this shard comes from...
That's probably right. Then again, there could be some oddballs who drink wine straight from the bottle or something.
Perhaps. Let's assume for the moment that it's from a wine glass. A little more investigation may provide us with more information. These two hairs appear to be the same. If that's the case, then the hair from the fur was on the victim's clothing. Why, though?
myself while I was stabbing her. I know, stupid, right? Was that?
Little guy, could I bother you for a moment?
Anytime. How can I help?
Well, the wound on the victim's head was caused by a clock found at the scene. I want to know what that wound would have done to the victim.
Okay, I get it. I'll start looking into it right away.
Let me know the moment you get some results.
Dr. Kimishima, I need to tell you something.
Is it good news?
No, bad. Another corpse has been found.
Give me a break. I'm already in the middle of investigating a case for you.
Well, the thing is, it might be related to the Alma Parker case.
What do you mean?
A female corpse was discovered in a warehouse at the harbor. The victim is identified as Abigail Parker. She's Alma Parker's daughter.
What?
Yes, it's not just Alma now. Her daughter's been murdered as well.
My God. Is there any connection between the two?
We don't know yet, but considering the timing, I'd believe there's a good chance that they're related.
All right, send the corpse over here. I'll perform an autopsy.
Right. I was going to come over and tell you about the clock anyway. I'll load all the information that we've confirmed onto the computer, too.
Huh. A man who comes to visit bringing a dead body as a present. You're the worst guest ever. This kind of thing tends to upset people, you know.
Hey, come on. This is my job.
I'm joking. I'll have a room ready.
Yes, that would be helpful. I'll see you later then.
The daughter of Alma Parker, the first victim. Abigail Parker.
These were her last words. I'm not making any promises, but I've heard your words. This is a cut. It seems like it was inflicted intentionally. I feel like I've seen a similar wound somewhere before. There's a deep wound on the chest. This must be the fatal wound. This stab wound has an odd shape. I've seen this somewhere before. This is the cell phone that Abigail was carrying. It won't turn on. Is it broken? This should... Abigail's hair isn't black. I've seen this black hair before. It's... That's right. It was animal fur. Just as I thought, these two hairs are identical. So we know that the hair from the fur found in the fireplace at the murder scene was on both of the two victims. From this, we can deduce that that was careless. Indeed, the murderer had been wearing or using the fur somehow. Thus, it's not surprising if we found evidence of it with both the victims. These murders are too similar for us to dismiss the possibility that they're related. The wound on Alma's hand wasn't caused by external trauma, while Abigail's wound was obviously made using a sharp tool. At first glance, these may seem to be completely unrelated. However, if we consider any similarities or connections between the two corpses, these wounds may indicate some hidden link that we haven't discovered yet. Little guy, can we tell anything from this wound?
One moment. Let's see. The stab wound in her chest is the same shape as Alma's stab wounds.
Is that so? My hunch was right. This proves... Yes, both murders were committed using the same weapon.
So were they murdered by the same person?
It's likely, but there's no conclusive evidence of that just yet. The wounds aren't exactly the same. There's something very different about them.
Where?
It's... How could I do that? Oh! Yes, the depths aren't the same.
Couldn't that just be coincidence? They weren't killed by a machine after all.
I can't rule that out as a possibility either. Still, Alma's stab wound pierces all the way through her body and out her back. Abigail's wound barely reaches her heart. These wounds would require a vast difference in strength to inflict.
I see. Is that so?
In any case, it's dangerous to make more assumptions than is absolutely necessary. Let's continue investigating.